Hold tight. Wait till the party's over. Hold tight. We're in for nasty weather. There has got to be a way. Burning down the house. It's no trick to pack your bags. Time for jumping overboard. Transportation is here.
In May of 2002, one of the finest male dance teams of all time was established. They came together and performed one of the greatest dance numbers ever for the Alderdice dance team auditions. The team consisted of 5 dancing superstars. Lefty Uptown, Drake Fantastic, Francis McWild, Roger Longbone, and Skip Flanders. As you'll see, these players were going places.
I'm 45%.
Players going places.
It was all downhill from there, but that doesn't change the fact that the players going places were awesome.
Can you tell us your name? Your name?
Excuse me? I think I already told you my name before. My name is Steve Flanders. I come from west side of Brooklyn on the best side, cause I'm Flanders and I Steve Flanders. Excuse me, quesadillas, Mexican food, cause I'm Mexican. Yeah.
My name is Lefty Uptown. I'm from outside Cincinnati. not actually uptown, but my friends call me that because I frequent a lot of after-hours clubs and brothels in uptown Cincinnati. I never was really good with the ladies.
Yeah. My name is Frances McWile, aka the Super Sister.
Drake, fantastic.
It's Richard Longbow of the hit dance group Players Goin Places, but people just call me Roger for Street Edge.
How did you get involved with Players Goin Places?
Well, I was in town. I didn't have much money, so I stayed at the Y. One night when I was there, some guy came into my room and asked me if I wanted to dance. I told him I'd never considered myself a dancer, but sure, why not? So that man was Francis McWild, and me and Francis, we got an apartment together. And funny thing about Francis, he was always walking around naked, trying to get me to walk around naked too. He said it would make us work better as a dance troupe. And then from there, we just synced it up together. We got our groove down, and we just got together with the other guys.
I work out at the YMCA a lot. Gotta work on my physique. Alright. And you know, I was just sitting there and lifting weights, sweating, getting buff, and I saw this lonely guy. You know, he looked like, you know what he looked like? Mike Piazza, that's who it was. He had this look about him, this Major League Baseball player look, and so I went over to him and I was like, "What's up?" And he was like, "What's up?" And from there, I knew that I had met the missing member of Players Goin Places. You know, we were looking for someone, weren't quite sure what kind of dancing we were looking for. We had the break dancing street credibility, but I was like, that man, he can dance, I can tell. I think it was the way he was able to wear tight sweatpants really well, because to dance, you gotta be able to wear clothes that constrict. And where do you see Players Goin Places going?
That's funny. You said Players Goin Places. Where are we going? Because we already going with places. If my answer to that would be places, because players can't go nowhere without places.
Where do you think Players Goin Places are actually gonna go?
Texas? Yeah. Not sure. Well, we've always all wanted to go to Texas because San Antonio is supposedly very good. It's a very Richter town, you know? I'm sorry, I don't understand the question.
There's been speculation that maybe we'll try to go to the Canadian Junior Hockey League. I think that would be a good place to go. Or if we can't get there, like the Westmoreland County Fairgrounds, they have dancing.
We're going so many places. Like in the physical sense, we're going to LA next week. We're gonna play some clubs there. Maybe stop by this bitchin' taco stand Skip's always talking about. Then we got metaphysically, we're all rising to new levels. Just the other day, I saw Francis, and he was covering himself in hot oil and then meditating naked on the front lawn.
Who would you say brings the most Richter energy to the group? And explain the word Richter, because you use it a lot.
Well, I'd say that Drake Fantastic really brings a lot of Richter energy to the group. And when I say Richter energy, I mean that energy that kind of shakes you from your head down to your dom, you know?
Who do you think brings the most energy to the group?
It has to be Drake Fantastic. That guy has got energy busting out his ass.
Who do you think brings the most energy and enthusiasm to the group?
Besides myself,
Do you think it's yourself?
it's definitely myself.
I don't mean to minimalize your contribution to the group, but I feel that Drake Fantastic is just in a league beyond all of you. Is there any fear that he might leave the group?
Oh, there's constant fear. We do so many things to keep Drake happy. This one time, after this dress rehearsal, we had the caterer. He left us finger sandwiches. Now, Drake does not like mayo on any of his finger sandwiches. We told the caterer this. He didn't listen. Drake almost killed him and almost left the group. We almost lost him. So now, I personally make the sandwiches for Drake. I cut them into finger sandwiches so that he'll stay in the group.
What motivates you to dance?
Well, when I dance, I think about the thing that motivates me to do all of my activities, and that's sex. I like to push sex while I'm dancing. It's what I have, and it's what I'm bringing to the audience. I imagine myself in hot scenarios, like a hot shower, or a cellar that's hot in August, and I just go with that. Sex is hot, and that's what my dance is.
You seem angry, like you have a chip on your shoulder. Why is this?
My mom said that. Oh no, my mom did. I never spoke to her, so that'd be an inaccurate quote. Maybe it comes from my mom being dead, or how Mexican pirates used to come into my room when I was a little boy.
He doesn't come to dance practices. He just moves along with the troupe like he owns the fucking place.
Mexican pirates?
Yeah, Mexican pirates. It was kind of strange. They would come whisper little melodies in my ear when I was sleeping, and they would just tell me that I look good in purple.
You mentioned Skip liking tacos. Is he Mexican?
I'm not exactly sure, because he kind of looks like a Mexican, but then he kind of looks like a white person too. And then I'm always saying stuff and like, what's up, immigrante? And then he says stuff like, hey, nothing, man. But then he speaks with a Mexican accent sometimes. He says stuff like essay. I don't know.
Okay. Sounds good. I mean,
he's got a speech impediment, so like it's hard to tell where he comes from.
some recent interviews that sometimes you have an accent and sometimes you don't.
What? I mean, excuse me?
Well, are you just putting this accent on, like, as an act?
See, okay, I'm gonna go straight with you now, cause I first did this accent for street cred.
Skip's very concerned about his street cred. He feels that if he's not the toughest man on the street, then he's not on the streets.
Do you feel that your lack of vision is a handicap?
Do you mean like my own physical vision, or do you mean the artistic vision of the players going places? Because I don't really know what you're trying to imply, but I think the players have a lot of vision, and I think we've got a lot of direction and goals. But if you're talking about my own vision, yeah, it's a handicap, but sometimes it helps. Sometimes I get some pretty freaky dance moves just because I can't see.
What's your favorite dance movie?
Well, there's really only one dance movie in my heart, and it's the only movie that I draw inspiration from, because it's the only movie that could give inspiration. And that movie is Drake Fantastic, Live at the Apollo. I did it about 2 years ago, in the late summer. It's a mix of jazz, pop, modern dancing. It incorporates lots of the styles that I learned in the city and in the smaller towns. Most of all, I use it as an instruction video to help people dance who aren't as good as me.
You know, I've seen the movie Crush Groove maybe 4 times, and I just like the word groove. That's what originally drove me to it. I mean, I like the word groove, and then I like the word crush a little, but I like the word groove a little more than crush. And then I was like, so I saw that film, and it was crush and it was groove, and it was all breakdancing. So I automatically liked the film. I didn't even need to watch it, and I would have liked breakdancing because I saw crush groove.
Where would you say you draw your inspiration from?
Well, mainly from the headphones. Now, sometimes I listen to the headphones, though there is no music playing. It helps me visualize, or should I say, audiolize. Wait, audiolize? All right, to audiolize music into my head, and I just draw inspiration from there. Also, I tend to watch the TRL on the MTV networks, and a lot of those moves that those young kids have really keep me going.
So can you tell me what it's like to be in Players Going Places?
Well, I've always considered myself a player, but a few years ago I wouldn't have said that I was going anywhere. I was mostly just sitting around the house eating glue, you know. But now that I've joined this group that is, in fact, a time bomb in your mouth, I feel like I'm really seeing some opportunities that I wouldn't have seen before, you know. And that's why I'm a player going places.